Hello, today let's talk about pros and cons of learning a foreign language. I'd made this video before as well, but it's been a long time and this video is going to be like a 2024 edition of the pros and cons because a lot has happened in these years and a lot of things that I would like to mention about languages. So this is like something I have noticed and observed and also which is true universally. If you are interested or if you're deciding whether you should learn a language or which language to learn, I think this video will give you a clarity. Welcome back to the channel and let's get started. I will start with the pros of the language because right now I have a lot of pros and there are very few cons that I think about the languages. So we'll talk about the cons in the end, which are also very important, so you can continue watching to see both the sides of what you're getting into. How to learn or choose a language, we do have multiple videos on that, so if you're still deciding which language to learn, these videos will help you. First and the biggest pro I feel is the ability to speak in a foreign language. The fluency, I would say, not much of the accent is like a different topic altogether, but the ability of talking in the language, of understanding a language itself is a very big pro. Is the skill of speaking the language, and of course being able to speak the language, it sounds very cool. So if you're in a crowd and you're just talking in a language which you have learned very fluently, it just feels very nice. The feeling of speaking is amazing. So that is, I think, the biggest pro that you could ever have of learning the language. And of course the second pro is that if you're learning a foreign language, you can get the opportunity of either working abroad or even studying abroad. And even by learning languages, if you want to continue learning the higher level or the advanced level in a different country, you do have that opportunity as well. So it just broadens your horizon and you can see what exactly you want to do. It is a huge eye-opener that you can get once you are getting into the languages. It does open you up with a lot of concepts of different countries and different languages, which will help you in terms of your creative part as well. It just sparks a lot of creativity. So if you are into that field, if you are into the field which is really going on right now of creating content or just becoming a content creator, this is a part of industry which you can explore as well. So the next one is to train your brain. It really puts your brain to a task, especially when you are done with your colleges or your schooling. You kind of take like a gap from putting your brain to a task. People start working or you start focusing on something else, but the studies gets missed out somehow, and learning a language is going to keep your brain working at all times. It is a stronger skill to have because after all it's educational. So anything educational is definitely strengthening your brain and it's making you more stronger in terms of thinking from a certain perspective. It also will give you different perspectives about different things. So there's a lot of brain work in it and it's going to help you. The next thing is one of the things which I have recently seen. It's a special skill to have. Not many people in the group are going to be someone who speaks a foreign language for that matter. Being an Indian, we do speak at least 2 or 3 other languages which are Indian languages, which is like a cultural thing that we have. But speaking a foreign language, even though the schools and the colleges do have this language, there are very few people who can actually speak the language. So if you have this skill, you will definitely stand out in the crowd if that is what you're looking for. But even if you're not looking for it, it is a very special skill to have. So it gives you like an advantage if you are out there in the world. If you are working or if you're doing something else, it's a very standout quality because it improves your self-confidence. Next pro of learning a foreign language is you will get really better in multitasking because you are also handling your life which is ongoing, or your studies, your work, everything. And the best part is you can do it simultaneously with learning a language. Of course you have to remove certain time out for this, but it's something you don't have to dedicate full hour, full day. So you are getting good at multitasking because you have to learn the speaking, reading, writing and listening in a foreign language. It is just not one thing that you are targeting. So it's a process that you are taking up and a process which is ongoing with other things in your life. So you get really good with that. With time management especially, it's a good quality that you're developing. And the next one about the pro is that you will develop the perspective, like I told you. It's a lot of knowledge that you get even if you're not living in the target country, and you'll come to know a lot of things which are going on in the other country as well, not from an outsider's perspective but a person who's living there. A lot of news that you have to read, articles, blogs, what is their culture like, what traditions like. Now let's get to the cons of learning a foreign language. It's a reality that you have to spend money in order to learn a skill, in order to enroll for a course or anything like that. So it does get where you have to spend something, but it's an investment in yourself that you're putting. That's the way of looking at it. But it can get expensive. You actually need to put a lot of effort from your end that you're learning the language properly, and don't waste time in doing things on your own which are not giving you any kind of results. So you can see, you can look out for organizations or companies which train the student properly with the languages that they have. You can look for classes or courses which give good financial options. I will try to link the resources of learning a language below. You can check those as well and see if it's working out for you. The second one, and the difficult one, I would say, is maintenance. Now language requires a lot of maintenance from your end. You have to maintain the process of learning a language. You have to see that you're actually putting effort of learning it every day. It requires regular practice in order to get proficiency in the language. The maintenance is what I'm talking about, is your timing that you have to put in to learn the language. Even if you join like a course or a classes, it's not the only thing that you have to do. You have to put effort from your end as well. And the last one is that it does take time. You are not going to be fluent in 3 months and 4 months or a week. It is going to take time for you to reach to a fluency. You can just simply take an example of us as people. We are studying a language from our schooling, which is almost like 9 to 10 years, and we are studying the language for 9 to 10 years. So it's not, I'm not saying you're going to take 9 to 10 years to study a foreign language. It's going to comparatively take a lot less time, but it's going to take time. My advice would be to not take any breaks in between, otherwise you have to start again from scratch. That is how the brain functions after a certain period. So you need to keep continuing, and one day we'll talk in a foreign language. So that was it from our side, the pros and the cons. Hope this makes you more clear of which language to learn and what you are getting into when you're learning a language. If you have any doubts regarding any language or how to learn or anything about them, do let us know in the comment section. We'll try to help you out with it. And if you like the video, do not forget to subscribe and share it with everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye.